Yeah. I want to welcome y'all to the Arthur J and Torrie TV podcast. Let's get it. Just sit back and let it breathe. We coming with more heat. You only get one shot. You shady or maybe not. You capping, we laughing. We on a mission. Now listen, we making statements and stating some of opinions and some of fact. So sit back and just relax. All the bull don't get no slack. We bringing it back to back with a swag and a class act. It's levels to this, and the truth will show who your friends are. That hate you won't get far. So be great. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm Arthur J.
And I'm Torrie.
And we back with another episode.
Yes, sir.
We want to welcome y'all to the Arthur J and Torrie TV podcast. We back, y'all.
We back.
We back. We told y'all we was coming. We told y'all that we was coming stronger and more powerful than ever before, man. Hey, what's going on with you, brother?
Man, just chilling.
Hey, man, we here.
Chilling,
we here, man. We gonna get right into it,
Let's
man.
go.
Why forgive you? Is it for me or is it for you? Man, we're going to get right into it, man. This is a real, very interesting topic, man, because we all can say forgiveness is hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you look at life on things that people gone through, that we all gone through, some messed up stuff, man, like things that we all can look back and just say, man, bro, it was hard to forgive this joker, or forgive her, or forgive family members, or forgive people who I thought was my quote-unquote friend. But is it for us? Is it for me? Are you forgiving a person? I'm gonna start off with the question: why you think it's important to forgive? If you feel that forgiving somebody is for you, Torrie, why do you feel like that's important for you?
Yeah, forgiveness is for me, in my opinion. It's always for me, the person. Whether the person accepts it or not, is if I know I wronged somebody or was displeasing to somebody, whether it was on purpose or accidentally, and I really feel truthfully that I owe this person an apology or explanation, I'm going to forgive you for myself. So I know I did everything I could do to sever whatever was wrong and move on. Whether you accept it or not, I would love for you to accept it. But for me, at least I know I did everything I could do to fix whatever situation it is, whether it's a relationship, friendship, family, whatever it may be. So you can't, I don't think you can move on without forgiveness or asking or getting an understanding of some things or where your relationship or something may lead. So it's for me more so than anything, you know.
Man, that's real, man. I could tell you just, and we're going to really get into it as we go further into this episode. But I can tell you, man, a lot of people can say how hard it is to forgive for so many different reasons. Because I'll give you an example. If somebody step on your foot and, oh, my bad, you forgive them. That's something easy.
Yeah,
somebody accidentally bump into you. Oh, my bad. I forget. If somebody accidentally, even let's say they broke something of yours, as much as you may be crazy about that, that don't really cut deep. But what about the things that really cut deep? Let's get into that, man.
Yeah.
The things that cut deep that, it's hard to really even come back from.
One of those things that it's like, I can't believe that person did me like that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And that has always been hard for all of us in the world, if we be honest.
Yeah.
If we be honest, that's one of the most difficult things that any of us can do, is just be in a position where somebody hurt us deeply and really did some messed up stuff to us, whether they cheated on us, or whether they lied on us, or whether they tried to really say things that really hurt us deep, or they did something to our loved one, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the thing about forgiveness, man, it's like, the older people always say, you give people the power over you when you hold on to things that they do. Let's get deep into that, man. Like, what do you say to a person that be like, yeah, but I still don't want them in my camp. I forgave them, but I don't care about them.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Let's get into that.
And I was going to say that sometimes, forgiveness, if you do forgive a person, like I said, I believe it's for you, so that person don't have that power over you. That doesn't mean just because you forgave a person, to have to let them back into your space. Now you just created boundaries of, you know what this person is capable of. It's so that don't mean forgiveness mean, oh, everything is just gonna be willy-nilly the way it used to be. No, it just mean I forgave you, I moved past it, but that don't mean you deserve a place, the same position you was in my life before that, prior to that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But forgiveness, like you said, is a more powerful thing than you know. It's, you know, that person got that much power over you. Nobody has that power over me. You know what I'm saying? So forgive a person, move forward, but it's okay to set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, I just really don't want to deal with that person like that on that level no more. So that's just totally fine. And, you know,
man, I totally agree with that. That's a major point that you made.
It's hard now, though. It's hard,
bro. It's extremely hard.
Yeah.
Because that, like I said, there's different levels of things that people do to hurt you. Like, that's why I gave the example of stepping on your foot or something like that. You know, that's easy. Like, it's easy to forgive somebody when it's something that don't really hurt you. But the things that really hurt you, it's hard,
So
man.
I posed this question, like, how do Arthur J, in just scenario, and this is a wild one. So if someone harmed a loved one, a family member of yours, close buddy, whatever it may be.
Very good question.
How do you handle that? Like, see, it's different. Like you said, levels to forgiveness. Like, I know I have a couple partners, and I don't feel like I truly forgave the person that took them out of this world because I can no longer see that person. And I'm just human. You know what I'm saying? It's a human thing. And I'm still working on it and grow. But how do Arthur J handle a situation like that of forgiveness?
Man, it's crazy that you asked me that, but I think my experience of being put to the test of someone doing something very I would say fake to me, or shady, or like some grimy type stuff, you know. I'm gonna get into it. I had a situation years ago, and a guy that was a good friend of mine, real good friend of mine. You know, I've known him for years and all that stuff. And he messed around with my girlfriend. You know, let's talk about it. Let that breathe. We getting ready to get into it now. And, you know, I forgave him. And to this day, my family, who, you know, I was raised up, for people who don't know, I was raised up in a Christian home. So for them to ask me, how did you do it? It's not like they wasn't familiar with what we believe in. I never really could give them an answer because I was put to the test that most guys, you know, they would have probably fought the dude, shot him, or whatever the case may be. But I had forgave him, and we still had rock. Even to this day, I be thinking like, how did I do that? But to answer your question, the reason why I know I can do it is because I've done it. But here's the kicker, and that's why I was thinking about this the other day, and you just touched on it too when you said boundaries. That's why I like that you said that, because what people got to understand, when you do something to somebody, even though they forgive you, they may even still speak to you, it's never going to be the same.
Exactly.
Let that breathe.
Exactly.
Let that breathe. It's never going to be the same. If I hurt you deeply, like, let's just touch on this real quick. If you cheat on somebody and they forgive you, what you don't understand is in the back of their mind, they're human.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like to use that excuse to say, oh, you ain't forgave me because you ain't forgot. But it's like, brother, I can't help what I can remember.
Yeah.
That's not something that you just forget. And people get that twisted with, oh, forgive and forget. No. Yeah. Listen, the brother that did, I just used the example that did me wrong years ago for sleeping with the girl that I was dating at the time. I didn't want to see no harm done to him. But the reality for him that he had to realize is, no matter how much kindness I was showing to him, he knew it was never the same as me and him being boys. Yeah. It was never the same. And that hurted him more than me not having nothing to deal with him. Now, I'm not telling people that you have to do it that way.
Oh, yeah, because
that was a situation that to this day, I don't know how I did it.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you straight up. You gotta see these hands.
Bro, I don't know how I did it.
I'm gonna forgive you, but you gonna catch these hands. If we that close and I know, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to a situation like that, bro, you got to see me about that. And you know what I'm saying, but you just really exposed a person I thought that I could trust more so too. But you a lifelong friend, you know what I'm saying, whatever it may be. But you're gonna have to see these hands, and like you said, it'll never be the same again. Never. But at the end of the day, forgiveness.
Yeah.
You won't have to, if I forgave you, you won't have to hear it from me, whether it's relationship, friendship, or what family member, whatever it may be. Keep bringing it up every time we get in an argument. Yeah. If I have to bring it up every time, I don't feel like I truly forgave that person, because at the end of the day, you don't forget, but you don't keep bringing up the same stuff over and over and over. Then you truly not over it. Forgiveness is getting over it and moving forward. If I got to hear, in my opinion, that is, everybody might think different, but in my opinion, that is true forgiveness. When we get into it, I'm not going to keep bringing up something old if we pass that, and I don't forgive you for that. If I got to keep doing that, I should have just left you alone. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. I should have just say, yeah, I forgive you, but at this point in time in my life, I just can't deal with you on that friendship, relationship, family member role no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I want to ask you a question. What do you say to the people that take advantage of people that has forgiven them numerous of times?
I don't know.
Because you know how some people
that because
you know what I'm saying?
A person, I truly believe in this. I truly believe in this. It's two things. A person only gonna do to you. They might get away with it one time, maybe even twice. But if a person only going to treat you a way, you keep allowing that person to treat you. So if a person just continues to do you a certain way, do you dirty, or however you want to put it, that's on you at that point. Because now you know the signs of how this person is, what they're capable of. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. You know, don't let a person just keep on doing you dirty and you just keep taking them back. Oh, there was just this, or making excuses. One thing about it is, you know, they say the definition of insanity. Okay, you keep doing the same thing, thinking this person gonna change, but you keep getting the same result. So are you insane? You know what I'm saying? So change it up. If that's on you, it becomes on you at that point. You can't call me and say this person did this, did that. I can't believe them, and they done did it to you 30 other times prior. I'm be like, oh well, bro.
You got to be smart about things.
So that's how I feel about that. You know,
man, bro, you got to be smart about things. It's like, I'm not for to allow your negative energy to come into my peaceful space or my positive atmosphere. See, people get that twisted on forgiveness. They think that you have to always have that person around, or you have to have them in your inner circle. That don't have nothing to do with forgiveness if you just protecting your well-being. Yeah. This person, if they could do that low down dirty thing to you, can you imagine what else they can do? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you could rob me, you could kill me.
Oh, yeah.
If you can lie to me, then you can set me up for failure. So it's like you have to separate yourself at some point when people show you who they are.
And I got boundaries with each and every one of my friendships. See, people think friendship is just people being perfectly buddies, which I don't have no issues. But I tell you what,
now you talking.
My friends know me. They know what I'm capable of. Just like I know which friend, if I had the opportunity, would they try to talk to my woman. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about
so I won't even put myself in a situation for that to even allow to go on. Nah, bro. But it's all about knowing your surroundings. Remember, we had an episode in the very beginning when we started this. I said it's about knowing that person. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, don't bring that person around if you don't know what they're capable of.
Remember you said
I know what every friend is capable of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I could still consider it ain't happen, but I know stories of different things they have done. I mean, we friends. So if they can do something to a certain person, I got to be a fool to think they can't do it to me. So I know what they're capable of, and that's how but I set myself up in a situation I won't let become a situation. You know what I'm saying? So I know what Arthur J. I trust Arthur J. 100. You know what I'm saying?
Here.
I don't have no issue, but some of my friends I do. I know if them jokers had the opportunity, cause they'll do it.
What would you say to people that's watching that? You just said what you said. They'll say, well, Torrie, those not your real friends. What would you say to them about that?
Again, friendship ain't perfect, But those same friends that I'm definitely talking about, when my toughest time has emerged, they always been there. You know what I'm saying? When I needed a shoulder or a vent to, and not talking about relationship, just a loss of a parent or a close loved ones, those person was there for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or I didn't have a pot to piss in or throw it out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you good until you get back on your feet. You know what I'm saying? So friendship ain't perfect. So if you're looking for a perfect friendship, it's what you're willing to deal with. And for me, I'm willing to deal with certain things, but I just won't let that be a situation that I even put them in or myself in. And you could call me insane for that, because people gonna have their opinion, but that's me.
Right.
That don't mean
that works.
Everybody else work. Yeah. Exactly.
Now, see, I definitely see where you're coming from on that, because it's funny that you said it, because I was just thinking that don't work for me, but that don't mean that won't work for you. Because with me, I tell you all the time, it's only you and one other person that I consider my friend, and then I got my, my sisters and, my siblings and my parents. But outside of that, it's just you and one other person. But everybody has to know what works for them, you know. And what would you say to when somebody have wronged you, using that as wisdom to make you better? How have that made you better when somebody did something messed up to you in life, that not only did you forgave them, but that made you stronger? In what ways did that make Torrie stronger? That's interesting.
It's right just, you have to have time to reflect. That comes with time, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't forgiven that person for doing you dirty or wrong. It comes with growth. I feel, growth in a state of mind. How strong is your mind? You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it starts first. But if you can't see yourself getting over something, because you can keep replaying stuff in your head. But once if you can forgive somebody for that, it opens up the world for you to have better understanding, I guess, or patient. No matter how long it took you to get to a certain point, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it just give you a time to sit back and reflect on things, you know what I'm saying? And try to view things from other people's shoes, basically. But making me stronger, if it's kind of like, and I don't want to bring this up, I mean, look how they did Jesus. And he forgave them while he was being crucified. Right. Who am I? I'm on a human, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at things of that. People do make mistakes. I do believe in that. You know what I'm saying? But how many times I'm gonna let you make that mistake is a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I wanna go back, because I don't want to make it seem like I don't struggle with forgiveness. Because even though I was able to do it way back then, there's things that have happened, maybe not personally directly to me, but within family or a person who I thought was my friend. It wasn't as personal as what I told you, but that's still a struggle, because you can think that you conquered something and you'll be put to the test again. I'm gonna let that sit for the two people there in the back that didn't hear me. You can think that you conquered something and you will be put to the test. So I think everything happens for a reason. I hear people say that all the time, and sometimes people may not understand that. It's because what don't kill you and make you stronger. There's different things, like what had happened to me made me really on top of my game when I'm around people, when I meet people, when I deal with people. But it's important, as much as you being wise and you paying attention, is not to hold on to. That's the catchy part, because in your mind you thinking, I've heard women say before, like, no, I'm just on top of everything. I just watch everything. But with a man that's not doing what has happened to you in the past, that can come across like you still holding. It can affect. It can really affect, and vice versa. A man that's holding on to something that a girl did to him in the past, it can make the woman feel the same way. Like, so how do you feel about a person really learning how to adjust to letting it go? That's hard. That's hard to do.
Again, that goes back to my initial basically statement, is if you can't have disagreements or something without a person bringing it up, or it's always say you the new guy in a relationship, but she's treating you as you that previous cat, she hasn't forgave herself or forgiven that person, but you're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to heal from whatever that scar that done hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It's best to heal from it, because if you haven't, you're going to keep bringing it up, and that's just not fair to yourself first, and it's not fair to anybody that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Or the person that you said you don't forgave. It's just not fair, because if we got to keep going through this, I know I might have, Arthur, if we get into something and you tell me you forgave me, now I'm wrong now. I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong. So I can't choose how you feel. But if you have took it upon yourself to say, brother, I forgave you, let's move past. But then it becomes, every time we have a disagreement, you bringing it up, now it's unfair to me, because I'm not going to keep reliving my wrong that I done. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a situation. But once you said you forgave me and I truly came to you and ask you for your forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing too. I ask you for your forgiveness because I'm really sorry, but you keep bringing it up. It's just not fair to me either, because I'm not going to keep living in the past or something that you done told me you forgave me for.
Yeah, I want to piggyback on that. I'd rather you just don't deal with me no more. If you're going to keep throwing it in my face, because I feel like I need to be real with you. If you did something wrong to me and I truly didn't forgive you, I need to just really just be like, we need to part ways if I'm not ready to forgive you.
And again,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what it's for. Like, if I wrong you, I can't say, hey, you obligated to forgive me.
Right. But don't make
I'm obligated to say, bro, I messed up. Yeah. But I'm not going to hold you accountable like, oh, he didn't forgive me. No, that was for me to say, bro, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? Can you forgive me? Or letting it be known that I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But you don't actually have to forgive me at that point.
You don't want me to make it seem like I forgave you, but then as we go down the line, it's my action showing that I agree with you 100%. And that's the thing about when I was the dude who did what he did, I didn't never bring it back up to him. I didn't never bring it back up to him. And now, did I think about it? Of course I thought about it. Because you can't really control what goes on in your mind. When it comes to your mind, you just do what you can to try to just free your mind in any kind of way that you can. But of course I thought about it. But I just felt like if I didn't want to pretend. I didn't want to become him. Be a pretender. I wanted to show him realness of, if I forgave you, you know, obviously I forgave you because I'm showing it, and I'm still around you. Which is, again, like we said earlier, you don't have to be around a person. So don't let Christians and people make you feel like you have to sit down and eat with a person. You have to invite them to your house. No, because let's talk about privileges. There's certain things that people do that mess up the privilege that they once had. When I used to invite you over to a family barbecue, now I'm not doing that no more. When we used to go, you know, out and just hang out and do what guys do, just hanging out, I'm not doing that no more, because now I can love you. Let's get into that. But what you think about people when they say love you from a distance? Is that a wrong way of thinking, or is that logically makes sense?
Again, I feel that same way. Other people, you know, it's just my opinion, your opinion. I can love a person from afar. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no ill will to come to you. I do love you.
That's what
I care about you. But at the same time, it's best we just stay in all this. Unless it's a function we got to be around each other. I'm not going to be at that function with some kind of making you feel discomfort or me. You know what I'm saying? We could be able to share that same space. But at the same time, like, I just rather love you from afar. I just don't want to let a person have that same opportunity to crush me, because that's when it comes from your loved ones or people that claim they love you, it hits a little deeper. You know what I'm saying?
It does, man.
You know,
oh man, it's crazy, because I hear people say a lot, man, that have gone through that. They say, you know, it wasn't my enemy that hurted me the most. It was the person that was right up under here, right next to me, and that hurt worse. Why you think that hurt most? Why?
Because you can't. I'm one of those people. What hurts me is I never do that to you. I would have never did that to you. I had that problem, like, man, how could you do that? I would have never done that to you. So trying to treat a person the same way you want to be treated, you look at things like that. How could a person even have that audacity to do you like that. And I would have never done that person like that. But bothers you the most. This don't supposed to happen. You supposed to claim you love me, you dog. We homies. We done grew up from shorties. We done went through a lot of the same struggles. How could you do that to me? I give you the shirt off my back, and that's why I struggle with the most. So it hurts. Now, if you're a stranger or somebody I'm not so close with, I kind of walk out my house every day expecting the unexpected.
Yeah.
But if you're in my circle, I expect you to act accordingly. The way I would treat you. So that's why it hurts me the most out of anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
man, you have some grimy people out here, man.
Exactly.
In this world, I realize that, you have people that really do you in. They'll be fake with you. They'll smile at you and stab you in the back at the same time. And many people go through that, and I think when you recognize that and you see that, you have to be wise at the same time of your forgiveness. I'm going to say that again for the two people in the back that didn't catch that. You have to be wise at the same time, you know what I mean, because of your forgiveness. Because, you said it too. Why allow a person to continue to do something that can take you out, basically? You know what I'm saying? There's many people that stay in situations, whether it's a relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's even family, because people always say blood is thicker than water, but the devil is a lie in old folk voice. Whether you family or not, you know better.
Yeah.
You not no 2-year-old or 1-year-old that's still learning life. You know better. And once you know better, you should do better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just realized that in progress and going forward, when you are hurt, because many people gonna see this and I know I heard I ain't got nothing to say nothing to him no more. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna, cause I see many people criticize people who just act like they so perfect and be like, no, don't be like that. But you can't tell a person how to feel. All you can do is just try to show them what you would do. And if they be inspired the way you handle things, then great. If they don't, then I pray that they find that kind of peace. Cause it is tough. I mean, like I say,
it's tough.
I'm like you, I can love you from a distance because it's a reason why I'm doing it.
Yep.
Like it's a reason why I'm keeping my distance, not because I want to see something harm your way. Because see, this is what I want to touch on. How I know, and I'm going to ask you the same thing, how you know. How I know when I truly have forgave somebody is when I don't want to see no harm to them. And here's a key point. I want to see them succeed.
Oh, yeah.
When I get to that point where I love them enough where I don't want to see no harm to them. I want to still, you do you and let me do me, but I want to see you succeed. A lot of us haven't gotten to that point. And let's be real. A lot of people see their enemy who have done something to them and they haven't forgave them because they be hoping something bad happened to them. When something bad happened to them, they be like, well, they had it coming. They shouldn't have did what they did to me. Or, oh, well, I don't care. You haven't gotten to that spot and to that place of forgiveness. I want you to tie in real quick on that. I'm
gonna be brief. Even on that, a person that wrong, I still to this day, because nothing comes good from wishing ill on anybody. Whether they did whatever they done to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't wish nothing on. I don't wish jail, death, harmful to somebody's family. I don't want nobody to feel that same pain. Maybe even if they say a friend that's, I hope they girl cheat on them now. They done I don't wish that pain upon nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the way I live now. I will say, again, I might forgive you, you know what I'm saying? Or I might not want to deal with you, but I'm never going to wish ill upon nobody. And really quick, even in forgiveness, if I forgive you, it's a conversation. We got to have that conversation. I ain't going to just let you come up to me and say, I forgive you. Hey, man, I'm gonna see what you gonna have to stand on that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to have a conversation, and ain't nothing gonna be swept on under the rug. So if you're not ready to have a real man to man or whatever conversation about your wrongdoing, then don't come with me with no half apology. Period. Because I'm gonna test that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We'll move forward from that. Now, if I truly forgive you, you won't hear nothing from me. But we're gonna have that discussion in that conversation first.
Yeah.
So.
Man, we can just go on and on with this forgiveness, man. This is, like I said, this was a very touchy thing, man. There are people who have had, because I try to think about the viewers and I'm a people's person. I'm to myself, but I'm also a people's person at heart and mind, just thinking how they feel, the people that had things done to them that you can think the most terrible thing has happened to them. It's tough, bro.
It's hard.
We live in a world where when people do things, and like I said, especially the levels when people do this, it's not no stepping on your foot. People like really family member have hurt you, have violated you physically or mentally or emotionally, have just made you feel like dirt, made you feel like nothing, have harmed you. It's hard to tell a person who have experienced certain things to forgive. All I can do and all you can do is encourage the people out there that, man, no matter what you're going through, no matter what experiences have came your way, forgiveness is not for them. It's for you. It's for you, because in order for you to move on mentally, whether you get all the help that you want to get, you have to do it for you.
Yep.
So I just hope, brother, that they see that, and I hope that people go forward with that, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe.
Always. Yes, sir.
Comment, share.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all love the new scenery.
We told y'all to grow with us.
Yeah.
You feel me? So keep
sir.
on. There's more to come.
There's more to come, man. I'm Arthur J.
And I'm Torrie Sedell.
Yeah, man. And till next time, like we always say,
Peace.